Imagine a family on the brink of collapse, grappling with poverty and division, until, at the story's climax, a simple act of gratitude transforms their pain into a wave of blessings that overflows, uniting not just their hearts, but an entire town in a movement of generosity. This is the heart of our story, a celebration of gratitude that blooms even in the driest soils, revealing the divine power of giving thanks amid life's storms. Hello, friends of Tales of Faith. I'm Elias, your companion on this journey through stories that warm the soul and rekindle faith. Shall we dive into this inspiring tale together? Today, we travel to Birmingham, Alabama, a southern city where summer heat blends with warm hospitality, but also carries the struggles of communities marked by inequality. Here, we meet Lydia Carter, a 38-year-old mother facing life with determination despite scars from a tough past. Lydia, a gifted cook, worked at a local diner, serving home-style dishes that evoke childhood memories. She lived with her 3 children, Samuel, 15, Grace, 12, and Noah, 8, in a modest rented house on the city's outskirts. After her husband's death in a workplace accident, the family plunged into financial hardship. The diner closed during an economic downturn, leaving Lydia jobless. Bills piled up, the fridge stood nearly empty, and her kids, sensing the strain, grew distant, with frequent arguments filling the house with heavy silences. Lydia felt like a withered tree, struggling to support her fragile branches against relentless winds. One night, while leafing through her grandmother's old Bible, Lydia found an underlined passage, "Give thanks in all circumstances," 1 Thessalonians 5:18. The words hit her like a bolt of lightning. Despite her pain, she started a gratitude journal, jotting down small blessings. Noah's laughter, a neighbor's help, the morning sun's glow. This simple act sparked a flicker in her heart, promising that gratitude could shift her perspective even when all seemed lost. Birmingham, with its tree-lined streets and historic churches, would be the stage where Lydia's gratitude would blossom, bringing unexpected blessings to her family and beyond. Days in Birmingham were long and draining for Lydia. Jobless, she took on odd jobs, cleaning houses, delivering food to keep the household afloat. The fridge, nearly bare, held only scraps, and the kids ate small portions, hiding their hunger. Samuel, the eldest, grew withdrawn, hanging out with friends to escape the tension at home. Grace, once a cheerful girl, became quiet, while Noah, with his childlike innocence, tried to cheer his mum with games. Lydia prayed nightly, but the weight of uncertainty made her question if God still listened. One afternoon, while cleaning the home of Mrs. Evelyn, a 70-year-old neighbor known for her generosity, Lydia shared her struggles. Evelyn, with kind eyes and a warm southern drawl, suggested she join a prayer group at the local Baptist church. Hesitant, but moved by Evelyn's kindness, Lydia went. The group, led by Pastor James, a man with a calm voice and unshakable faith, spoke of gratitude as a bridge to blessings. "Giving thanks doesn't change your situation right away," he said, "but it changes the heart facing it." Those words echoed in Lydia's journal, where she wrote, "Today I'm thankful for Evelyn, who listened." If you were facing scarcity and family discord, how would you find the strength to be grateful? Would you seek hidden blessings or let bitterness take hold? Inspired, Lydia began sharing her gratitude practice with her kids. Each night, she asked them to name one thing they were thankful for. At first, Samuel rolled his eyes, but Grace mentioned the school library and Noah, the neighbor's dog. These small moments began to ease the tension at home. Lydia also started cooking for the prayer group, donating simple dishes made with what little she had. Each shared meal reminded her that gratitude could multiply the little into much, like a seed sown in fertile soil, beginning to sprout in her family's heart and Birmingham's community. Weeks passed, and Lydia's gratitude practice began transforming the Carter household's atmosphere. Arguments dwindled, and the kids, though still grappling with their own pain, started opening up. Samuel, previously distant, helped with chores, while Grace made thank you cards for neighbors who donated food. Noah, with his boundless enthusiasm, wrote gratitude lists filled with simple details like the smell of rain or Mom's smile. Lydia felt a subtle peace, as if gratitude were stitching together her family's torn seams. At the prayer group, Lydia met Teresa, a single mother who'd overcome poverty and now ran a small bakery. Teresa saw Lydia's culinary talent and invited her to help with community events, offering payment in return. Lydia accepted, cooking pies and stews that filled the air with comforting aromas. Each dish came with a handwritten thank you note, touching the hearts of recipients. But uncertainty lingered, overdue rent threatened the family's stability, and Lydia feared losing their home. One night, reading her journal under a dim lamp, Lydia found an old entry. Thankful for the strength to keep going, even without knowing how. This led her to pray fervently, giving thanks for small victories, like Teresa's support and her kids' growing unity. The next day, a neighbor, Mr. Thomas, offered a temporary cleaning job at his store, easing the financial strain. Have you ever faced a moment where gratitude felt hard amid real problems? How did you find the courage to give thanks, even with an uncertain future? Lydia began teaching her kids to cook, turning evenings into moments of connection. They laughed while mixing biscuit dough, and these simple memories became treasures. Lydia's gratitude, like a river, began flowing beyond her home, touching Birmingham with small acts that promised greater blessings. Lydia's routine gained new rhythm with her work at Teresa's bakery and Mr. Thomas's store. Though the jobs were temporary, they brought enough relief to pay overdue rent. Her kitchen became a place of creation again, where she prepared dishes for community events, each one infused with gratitude. She started hosting dinners for the prayer group, using donated ingredients to serve meals that united the community. Samuel, inspired, helped deliver food, while Grace wrote thank you notes for donors. A new challenge arose when Noah's school reported he needed extra educational support for reading difficulties, requiring costs Lydia couldn't afford. Fear crept in, but she opened her journal and wrote, "Thankful for Noah's health and the chance to fight for him." This perspective led her to seek help from the prayer group, where Pastor James connected her with a local organization offering scholarships. If you were stretched thin with new worries piling up, how would you keep gratitude alive? Would you look for hidden blessings or feel overwhelmed by circumstances? Lydia began sharing her gratitude practice in the group, inspiring other mothers to jot down daily blessings. She also created a gratitude board at the church, where people wrote what they were thankful for, turning the space into a living testament of faith. The community responded with generosity, and a volunteer teacher, Miss Clara, offered free tutoring for Noah, easing Lydia's burden. Each small gesture, a grocery basket, Grace's smile, Noah's progress, reinforced Lydia's belief that gratitude multiplied blessings. Birmingham, with its historic churches and lively streets, began pulsing with a movement of thankfulness, led by Lydia's humble resolve. As months passed, the Carter home became a haven of hope. The church's gratitude board grew, covered in colorful notes thanking for big and small moments. Lydia, now a central figure in the prayer group, organized community events like food and clothing swaps that brought Birmingham families together. Samuel landed a part-time job at a grocery store, proud to contribute, while Grace started a kids' reading club at the church, inspired by her mother. A new hurdle emerged when the diner where Lydia worked with Teresa faced financial trouble, threatening to close. The prospect of unemployment loomed, but Lydia clung to gratitude, writing in her journal, thankful for the chance to have served with love. She rallied the community to support the bakery, organizing a fundraiser. The prayer group and neighbors filled the place with customers, saving the business. If you were leading a community through a crisis, how would you use gratitude to inspire unity? Would you believe small acts of thanks could change many fates? The bakery thrived, and Teresa offered Lydia a partnership, recognizing her talent and spirit. Lydia accepted, feeling her gratitude had opened unexpected doors. Her kids, seeing their mum's transformation, started their own gratitude journals, strengthening family bonds. Birmingham, once divided by economic gaps, united in generosity, with churches and neighbors sharing resources. Lydia's gratitude, like a flame, lit up the city, proving that giving thanks, even in scarcity, could multiply blessings in unimaginable ways. With autumn's arrival, Birmingham glowed with golden hues, and the Carter home buzzed with new energy. Lydia, now a bakery partner, created recipes that drew customers citywide, each dish an expression of gratitude. Samuel planned to study business to help local shops, while Grace dreamed of becoming a writer, inspired by the church's gratitude board. Noah, with Miss Clara's help, improved his reading, filling Lydia with pride. Lydia began leading gratitude workshops at the church, teaching others to find blessings amid hardship. Her story spread, and she was invited to speak at schools and community events, sharing how gratitude transformed her life. Her journal, now filled with pages, was a living testament to her journey. Imagine this happening in your life. How would you use gratitude to inspire others, turning your pain into a beacon of hope? Lydia saw her story as a divine calling, a mission to spread thankfulness. The narrative neared its climax, where Lydia's gratitude would be publicly celebrated, uniting Birmingham in a movement of shared blessings, like a river overflowing its banks. On a sunny Sunday, during Birmingham's annual Fall Festival, with food stalls, gospel music, and kids running free, Lydia was called to the main stage. With Samuel, Grace, and Noah by her side, she shared her journey, losing her husband, battling poverty, family discord, and how gratitude, rooted in faith, brought unexpected blessings. "Giving thanks doesn't erase pain," she said, voice steady, "but it lights the path to healing." The crowd, neighbors, church members, and bakery customers applauded, many with tears in their eyes. Pastor James introduced her as a living testimony of God's grace. It was a moment of collective celebration, where gratitude triumphed over scarcity. Have you ever experienced something like this? What did you learn about the power of shared gratitude in community? The festival sparked a community fund for struggling families, led by Lydia and Teresa. Lydia felt a profound peace, as if her soul were bathed in light, multiplying blessings for others. After the festival, Birmingham blossomed with community initiatives. The bakery became a hub for support, offering free meals to those in need. Lydia smiled, watching her kids grow with purpose. Samuel helping manage the bakery, Grace writing for the local paper, and Noah leading kids' activities at the church. The gratitude board spread to other churches, carrying Lydia's message. She began planning a cookbook with gratitude stories, donating profits to the community fund. The city, once split by economic divides, united in acts of generosity, with neighbors sharing resources and time. The true climax was internal. Lydia slept peacefully, free from bitterness's weight, dreaming of a future where her family and community would thrive. Years later, the Carter home was a vibrant haven, filled with laughter and memories. Lydia published her cookbook, a hit that inspired readers across Alabama. Now a community leader, she spoke at regional events, stressing that gratitude is a daily choice, like watering a plant in dry soil. Her kids, now young adults, carried the gratitude legacy. Samuel studied at college, Grace published stories, and Noah aimed to be a teacher. Lydia credited everything to faith and community. If you were in her shoes, how would you pass this lesson forward? Lydia's story showed that gratitude turns scars into beacons of blessings. In moments of doubt, Lydia gazed at Birmingham's stars, thanking God for the journey that shaped her. Faith had guided her like a compass in a storm. Her family grew united, and the city, once fragmented, became a model of solidarity, with annual gratitude events drawing visitors. The climax came at a community festival years later, where Lydia and her family were honored. Under bright lights, she said, "Gratitude is the seed that multiplies blessings." Applause echoed, and the community united in hugs, celebrating the transformation. The resolution brought lasting peace. Lydia lived with gratitude, seeing her family and city flourish. The lesson prevailed. Gratitude, anchored in faith, multiplies blessings, transforming lives and communities. As the sun set over Birmingham, Lydia knew her story was an eternal testimony. Sitting with her kids, planning new community projects, she felt deep gratitude for the journey that turned pain into blessings. Faith had triumphed, proving that gratitude can multiply love and hope, uniting hearts in an everlasting legacy. Lydia's story reflects the power of gratitude, echoing 1 Thessalonians 5:18. "Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus." Lydia's gratitude shifted her perspective, bringing blessings that united her family and community, showing that giving thanks amid pain is an act of faith. Colossians 3:15 reinforces, "Let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, and be thankful." Lydia found this peace, proving gratitude is a bridge to divine blessings. May this story inspire us to give thanks in all circumstances. Lord, teach us to be grateful, strengthening our faith. Amen. May this story strengthen your faith. Share in the comments what you'd do if it were you. Share the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more inspiring tales. Until next time, may God bless you.